Welcome to AC 24/7. I'm Aaron Dean. President Joe Biden is set to deliver a major address in Chicago, pitching his vision for growing the economy from the middle out, the bottom up, not the top down. All this as consumer confidence is on the rise while fears of a deep recession are easing. The Advocate Channel's Mike Valerio breaks it all down.
President Joe Biden in Chicago Wednesday, touting his vision for growing the economy.
Bidenomics is about building an economy from the middle out and the bottom up, not the top down.
And the strength of the post-pandemic recovery, highlighting the strong jobs market and falling inflation.
We created 13.4 million new jobs, more jobs in 2 years than any president has ever made in 4.
While acknowledging people are still struggling.
I'm not here to declare victory on the economy. I'm here to say we have a plan that's turning things around incredibly quickly. We have more work to do.
The president's optimistic outlook, however, is not necessarily in line with how Americans feel.
There is essentially something in this economy for everyone, and that can inform a lot of arguments that may be diametrically opposed to one another.
A May CNN poll revealing 66% of Americans disapprove of the president's handling of the economy as financial indicators continue to send mixed messages.
On the one hand, for example, you have a high level of job cuts and layoffs. On the other hand, you still have a close to historically low unemployment rate.
Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell signaling Wednesday more rate hikes lie ahead.
What you see is stronger than expected growth, a tighter than expected labor market, and higher than expected inflation. So that tells us that although policy is restrictive, it may not be restrictive enough.
More aggressive action from the Fed could still lead to a recession. What form it will take remains unclear.
A disturbing report from California. According to the state attorney general's office, hate crimes in the state rose 20% overall last year. According to the report, hate crimes against blacks were up 27%. Meanwhile, hate crimes involving sexual bias rose 29%. But there was some positive news. Hate crimes targeting Asian Americans fell 43% last year. The state attorney general is urging community leaders and law enforcement to redouble their efforts and take action against hate crimes. People across Maryland are marking 5 years since the Capitol Gazette mass shooting. 5 employees were killed when a gunman entered the Gazette newspaper office in Annapolis on June 28, 2018. The city of Annapolis is hosting a remembrance and wreath-laying ceremony to honor the victims and survivors of gun violence. The shooter was sentenced to 5 life sentences without the possibility of parole in September of 2021. Former President Donald Trump is responding to a recording of him discussing secret documents months after leaving the White House. He continues to insist that he did nothing wrong, as the Advocate Channel's Paula Reed reports.
For the first time, the public is hearing former President Trump, in his own words, claiming to have secret documents months after leaving the White House.
I have a big pile of papers. This thing just came up. Look.
CNN exclusively obtained the bombshell recording of Trump seemingly rustling through papers and showing off a secret military document during an interview at his New Jersey golf club in the summer of 2021. His own staffers recording the conversation at his request. And still, he tells the room,
See, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't, but this is classified.
Now we have a problem.
Isn't that interesting?
Trump giving Fox News this explanation Tuesday.
What did I say wrong in those recordings? I didn't even see the recording. All I know is I did nothing wrong. We had a lot of papers stacked up.
In the recording, Trump refers to a classified proposed military attack plan against Iran.
These are the papers. This was done by the military, given to me.
That line, these are the papers, coming to light for the first time.
We have one set of laws in this country, and they apply to everyone.
Special counsel Jack Smith, who is prosecuting Trump in the classified documents and obstruction case, cited the tape in his indictment, but left out that key line and the section where Trump mocks former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server.
Look at this. You attack, and
Hillary would print that out all the time, you know.
or she'd send it to Anthony Weiner.
The tone throughout is casual, even jovial, when talking about national defense secrets, something that may not play well before a jury.
Isn't that amazing? This totally wins my case, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Except it is like highly confidential.
The tape ending with Trump ordering some sodas.
Now you believe me?
No, I believe
it's
you.
incredible, right?
No,
hey, bring some Cokes in, please.
The Trump campaign says the audio tape provides context, proving, once again, President Trump did nothing wrong at all.
Tensions are still brewing at some Starbucks stores in the U.S. Officials at the coffee store chain say that they will provide more clear guidance regarding in-store pride decorations. Earlier this month, the union representing the baristas claimed that the company has limited employees' ability to display pride-related items. That led to some workers to go on strike in dozens of locations over the past few days, causing at least 7 Starbucks to shut down this week. The union says that it's happy that Starbucks is addressing the issue, but they say they also want a union contract. New York City has added a new requirement for its public schools focused on improving students' mental health. Mayor Eric Adams says children and teens will now have to do 2 to 5 minutes of, quote, mindful breathing practices at school. Mindful breathing is a technique where they focus on how they inhale and exhale, usually as a part of meditation. The new mandate is for students from grades pre-K through 12. The city is hoping the program will help improve the students' physical and mental health. According to the mayor, the program is the nation's first Yoga Alliance approved program to run in a public school system. It launches this fall. The maker of Sean Diddy Combs' DeLeon Tequila is ending its partnership with the celebrity. That's after he filed a racial discrimination lawsuit against Diageo, alleging that it dismissed his brand as, quote, urban and failed to market it like others. Diageo says that it put more than $100 million into growing DeLeon and that Combs has pitched in 1,000. As the U.S. continues to grapple with severe storms and excessive heat, the economy is starting to feel the impacts. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the average number of extreme weather events with billions of dollars of losses has skyrocketed in the last 5 years. The Advocate Channel's Ivan Rodriguez is breaking down the numbers and explain what it means for your wallet.
In 2022, extreme weather events cost the U.S. about $165 billion, according to NOAA. Now, we've all heard those comparisons of a looming recession to gathering storm clouds or a hurricane, but what happens when those weather events are no longer just analogies? Severe storms and excessive heat continue to hammer much of the country.
In the last 2 weeks, we've seen a dramatic increase in call volume for heat-related emergencies.
And the extreme weather is taking a toll on the economy and your wallets. According to NOAA, as of June 8th, there have been 9 confirmed U.S. weather and climate disaster events this year, with losses exceeding $1 billion. One industry taking a huge hit: airlines. For consumers, the rising temperatures means higher summer utility costs. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, average electricity prices are expected to rise about 2% from last year. Flood and home insurance rates are also on the rise. Experts fear the cost of insurance will only get worse as climate change intensifies both hurricanes and extreme rain events. Major insurance companies have already virtually pulled out of states like Florida as well as other states like California, leaving homeowners paying premiums nearly 4 times higher than other states. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
And thank you so much for joining And thank you so much for joining us for AC 24/7. For more, you can go to theadvocatechannel.com. Subscribe on the Advocate Channel YouTube page. For the Advocate Channel, I'm Aaron Dean.